everybody, this is Pastor Jonathan Rivera, and I want to introduce you to the Welcome to the Future podcast, where we believe that if we are the future, then the future is now. I'm so excited that we're finally creating this space where we can bring some friends that we love, some of the top youth leaders and children's leaders from across the country, and we could talk about what's happening within church and ministry and what the future looks like when it comes to how we do ministry. All of this kind of sprang up and came from this concept that happened at our youth convention. We just had a youth convention a couple of months ago, and there was a message that, man, was actually a whole lifetime in the making. I felt like I grew up in church, and my whole life growing up in church, I would always hear this phrase: "You are the future. You're the future." Man, one day you're going to do incredible things. But what happened was it felt like the future never came. And I'm just trying to convince young people across the world that you do not have to wait till you get older. You do not have to wait until you get a degree. You don't have to wait till you're married or more spiritual or know every Bible verse. Man, you can do great things right now. If you are the future, then the future is now. And so we just have this thing where we just believe that this is our time. We just believe that this is our moment, that we don't have to wait a whole nother generation. We don't have to wait for some big thing to happen. We don't have to wait to be the leaders and influencers of our society. If anything, we believe that we could change the world right now. And so that's what we truly believe. We believe that we are living in the future. I don't know about you. I like to read the news. I like to go on Twitter and see what's trending. And our world is changing all the time. Elon Musk is about to take over Twitter. All kinds of crazy technologies are taking place and happening. Our world is moving and shifting so fast. And as leaders, we need to think about, what does the future look like? What is God calling us to do right now? But also, what is God calling us to do as we look towards the future? And that's what this podcast is all about. I believe that ministry is something that we shouldn't do on our own. It's something that we should do together. It's something we should do in community. And so I've been blessed with some incredible friends and leaders, people that I know I call and text and email and say, what are you seeing? And what are you doing? And what does ministry look like in your context and in your city and in your church? Because I want to learn from you. And so here's what I really want to do through this podcast. I want to bring you in on some of the conversations that I have with some of my friends all the time. People who are wiser, older, better, smarter, cooler, and just overall together we get better. And that's what this podcast is all about. That's our heart, that whoever we bring on this podcast, whoever we sit on this couch or we zoom in or whatever the case is, it would be people that we trust. It would be people who we love, and it would be people who have something to offer us as leaders, as pastors, as directors, as fill in the blank. Whatever you do, here's our hope: that this podcast will be a blessing to you. And more than anything, that it will be a resource, a tool that you could take back to your local church, you could take back to your high school, that you could take back to wherever you are. And it would help you to reach students and young people for Jesus. They would help you to empower and lead the next generation. And it would help you to be a better leader and know how to think about the world that we live in and the ministries that we are serving in. And so, again, my name is Pastor Jonathan Rivera. I have the blessing of being the District Youth Director of the Florida Multicultural District, and this is the Welcome to the Future podcast. I want to encourage you to go ahead, head over to YouTube, go to FMD Youth, and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our content. And also, whether you're listening on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Play. I don't know who listens on Google Play, but maybe there's somebody out there who does. Whatever you're listening on, I want to encourage you, subscribe to this podcast so you can stay up to date with all of our guests, all of our content, and we can continue to walk this journey together. Love you guys so much. This has been sponsored by Nike, Chick-fil-A, Apple, and the Orlando Magic. Love you guys. We'll see you on the next podcast. Hey, this is Pastor Jonathan saying thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you found it helpful, encouraging, or inspiring. If you want to have more content like this, do us a favor. Press the like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Turn on that little bell so you can get all the notifications and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Love you. See you soon.